many girls you've had or how long you've been around, every once in a while you'll meet one and you'll like her more than the rest. And being in love with her is a fun thing. You get to show her the world. You get to explore her innocence by giving her brand new experiences. Perhaps she's never been to this particular club or been in a car this fast or been to this country. You can take her places. You can teach her things. You can be her guider and protector. And you can benefit from her femininity in return. Being in love is absolutely not a beautiful thing. When you're a boss, a real G isn't stingy with women, and he's certainly not negative towards women. He's absolutely the opposite. Sure, yeah, come, I'll pick up the Lambo, let's go to the best restaurant, let's stay in the best hotel, let's jump on the jet, let's go to the Maldives. You give them a life-changing experience. You're a consummate gentleman across all realms. The difference between a real G and a simp is once she no longer adheres to your creeds, once she no longer is benefiting your life in real time, once she shows disrespect for your generosity, instead of continuing to give to her, and instead of continuing to chase her, and continuing to allow her to benefit from who you are as a man, without complimenting you for who you are as a man, you stop talking to her. That's the difference between a G and a simp. A lot of people say, oh bro, look, he bought her a bunch of champagne, he's a simp. No, absolutely not. If he meets a beautiful woman and she makes his life better, and he takes care of her absolutely, and she genuinely protects his spirit and prays for him and loves him with all of her heart, there is nothing simpy in any regard by giving her the best possible version of life. But if she decides to disrespect you, well then it's a different thing, right? A simp will continue to give, a real G won't. So the difference between a real boss and a simp, while the relationship's good, is very, very little. I live a fantastic life. It would be very, very hard for me to be with a woman without giving her things. Like if I decide to go somewhere and bring her with me, she's going to be on a jet. There's going to be champagne on the jet. She's going to stay in a nice hotel. We're going to be driving a Rolls Royce. Like how could I get a girlfriend and then me fly private and then me fly her economy and me stay in a 5-star and then put her in a cheap hotel and then me eat sirloin steak and then me give her McDonald's? That's just more work than it's worth. She's going to be next to me and my life is fantastic, so she will have a fantastic life. The difference between me and a simp is, as soon as I were to say, listen my dear, I don't trust those friends of yours. I don't like how they're acting. I think that you can do better. I think you should stop talking to them. If she says no, those friends and their relationships are more important to me than my relationship with you, I would say that's fine. And the gravy train would end. That's the difference between a real G and a simp. But being in love in and of itself is a beautiful thing. And I think a lot of men misunderstand and have this idea that you treat women well and you give them good things, you're somehow a simp. That's absolutely not really not the case. It's all down to whether you have a mutual shared worldview and if she's genuinely benefiting your life. The way a woman benefits a real man's life, and when I say a real man, I mean a man who has his life completely in order. Please understand me. I've done all of these amazing things by myself. I never needed a woman to motivate me. I never needed a woman to tell me to stop playing video games. I never needed a woman to tell me I should work harder, to tell me I should go to the gym. I've never needed a second mother. I became rich by myself. I became important by myself. I became dangerous by myself. The problems I face in my current life are so monumental that no female on the planet could actually help me. When I'm going through the things I'm going through, when my enemies are trying to kill me, when the entire matrix attacks me in real time with false paradigms, I wouldn't like a woman who was competent enough to help me. Why would I want to go to my girlfriend and say, hey, the matrix attacked me, or hey, the mafia's trying to kill me? And her being like, all right, cool, give me the AR, let me go. That's not the kind of woman I'm interested in. Her job is to motivate me spiritually. Her job is to say, I love you with all my heart, no matter what they say about you, no matter what lies they tell, I'm here for you. It is her job to be happy, regardless of all the stress. I deal with the stress, I deal with the problems. I'm allowed to be negative or miserable or angry. It's her job to be an endless source of sunshine in my life. It's her job to be healing. If I get sick, to lay in bed with me, to heal me, to nurse me. That is a female's job and a female's imperative, and in return, I reward her with the best possible experience that finances and a masculine man of genuine competence can provide. And that does not make me a simp in any regard. So the true difference between a simp and a G is just basically down to your own standards, your own moral code. And it doesn't mean be a horrible person. You can't be out here trying to force other people what to do, but you can enforce your own boundaries. You can say, this is the kind of relationship I expect. These are the kind of boundaries I have as an individual. If you decide to break them, I'm not going to reward you for doing that. If you truly want to enjoy top-tier relationships with top-tier people, whether it's man, women, etc., there has to be a degree of value exchange. It has to be mutual. As a man, being a protector and a provider is an amazing thing, and to think that you're going to go out here and find a beautiful woman without protecting or providing for her, and she's truly going to love you and care for you is absolutely not incorrect. That is your job, and you have to do it to be respected as a man. It's just making sure she does her job back. And women are the most powerful force on the planet. You can ask billionaires whether they're having a good day or a bad day, and a lot of that will come down to not just the business, but a lot will come down to their relationship with their woman at the time, whether they've argued with their wife or not. They have massive impact on a man's life. And making sure you're around quality women who genuinely support you, genuinely love you, and genuinely care for you is extremely important. I think I've spoken about this before. I said it's a man's job to financially and physically protect a woman, but it's a woman's job to spiritually protect her man. And no matter how difficult life gets, if you have a woman who's by your side and you know truly loves you and truly wants the best for you, it gives you a source of power which you can't get from anywhere else in the universe. You need to have brothers. You need to have men who can go to war with you. You need to have men who are prepared to fight to the death with you. But you also need a woman who truly loves you with all of her heart. I want to make it very, very clear to the world out there. The tenets of Tateism, there's 41 of them, but number 25 says, acquire wealth in abundance, to take care of yourself, do good for the world, and do good for the people you care about. This is absolutely not true, especially for your life partner, especially for your woman. Give them a fantastic experience and make sure you're getting what you deserve in return. The side point is this. If you treat a woman really good, it makes it very hard for them to get over you. Imagine you're rolling with a big G, you would take. You're in the best restaurants, you're on private jets, you've been all over the world, you're in McLarens, you're in Bugattis, you're in Lambos. We break up for whatever reason. You decide that going to the club with your friends is more important than making me happy, and we break up. You get with a guy after me. You're on Wizz Air, you're in an Uber. He loves you. And he has a bit of money. He's a high-level corporate exec. He makes like 150 grand a year, 200 grand a year, 300 grand a year, 400 grand a year, whatever, less than I make a month. The point is, you're still flying peasant planes. You're still taking Ubers. You haven't got security details. Do you understand? And no matter how much she loves that man, part of her will always be looking at him going, you're not Tate. Tate did this different. Tate had a different world that you can't access. And that's one of the most beautiful things about being so nice to women. I am the nicest guy. Throughout all of this crap, when the Matrix attacked me, not a single one of my exes came forward and decided to lie about me, even though reporters contacted them and offered them money for an exclusive story, tried to bribe them to lie about me, and they didn't, because I treat women so well. And the reason I do that is because I want all of their love and admiration in return, and I want to be the best man I can be for them. But I'm certainly no simp. And if they decide not to adhere to my rules and my creed, we break up, and then they're stuck in a very difficult position because I cannot be replaced. No man on earth can treat them as well as I can, which puts me in the position of top G in their hearts and minds for all of human eternity. And in the darkest, rainy nights, while their man is asleep and they are lying wide awake next to him, they are thinking of me. The unlimited energy of thousands of beautiful women all around the planet, unable to forget about Andrew Tate, sitting there wishing their man could afford to do or had the competence and power and connections and network to do what I have done for them. Sitting there, dreaming of having me back, knowing they never could. And I absorb it. I absorb the energy and I absorb the powers. This is one of the secrets to near unlimited success. Do you understand?